Hi guys, so you may have seen in a recent video, yeah, I'm getting back into D&D. I've got the books, as you can quite clearly see here, and I've got some dice, and well, I've got some new dice. So these are from Dice Nest. As always, guys, yeah, links down below to the things I'm using, showing, all the rest of it. So yeah, lovely sort of set of dice. And I have just ordered myself the new 2024 Player's Handbook and the DM's Guide, just to sort of see what new updates are there. And I've also been online, good old eBay, and I bought the Dungeons and Dragons basic rule set. This is something I had back in 1983. Unfortunately, no idea where my copy went, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, I've bought a second-hand one. And then the last thing I need loads more of, and yeah, that's miniatures, because I love using miniatures when playing D&D. As yeah, it's obviously good to see where you are in sort of comparison to everyone else, and obviously great to see the monsters we can get. So as always, yeah, all my miniatures that I sort of use and play with, I put them on lovely clear bases. This is so I can see whatever terrain is underneath. Well, I am looking at making the old like big screen in a desk to actually sort of play these on. And as you can see, yeah, these miniatures, awesome looking, lots of definition and sort of characteristics in them, lovely poses as well, as well as a whole variety of different type races. And these I got from Dead Wars Factions. It's a Kickstarter that's been out for a few days. There's a link down below, guys. Go and check them out. So all the miniatures used in this were actually used in a huge game of D&D. Apparently, it's a world record game with 1,000 players, which is just nuts because anything more than about 5 or 6, and yeah, things start getting difficult. But yeah, Guinness Book of World Records, 1,000 players managed to defeat Vecna. And a lot of the miniatures used in that are from this Kickstarter campaign. So go check them out. Say loads of awesome looking miniatures. I've just picked a few of my sort of favorite ones that I instantly saw. But yeah, absolutely loads there, which is awesome because that's the thing with D&D. It is changing, and there's more, well, types of factions and characters. You can have obviously lizards and all the rest. But guys, don't worry if you haven't got a 3D printer. We geek together. Again, I'll leave their link down below. You can go there and buy the physical miniature, which is just great. So yeah, don't worry if you don't have a 3D printer, you still can get hold of these awesome miniatures. And sort of awesome miniatures, obviously this Kickstarter is by Velrock. I've used them quite a bit in the past. And the great thing with them, obviously they're on My Mini Factory. Not only do they do some awesome looking D&D fantasy look miniatures, they also do a whole range of sci-fi ones as well. So whatever sort of you're looking for, yeah, it's a good chance you're going to find them over there. So all links down below, guys. So let's get on with painting. And as you can see, I've chosen my sort of favorite 5. It's a nice range here. Again, obviously this is going to be a D&D party. We've got some good sort of figures here for the tanks, the supporting characters, and all the rest. And as I mentioned earlier, yeah, you can play as different sort of races. So it's almost like demon-looking ones here. Yeah, when I first started playing this back in '83, it was just the human, dwarf, elf, and yeah, some other sort of short guy, I believe. But now, yeah, you can even play as orcs, which is just awesome as well. I do obviously love orcs, so that could be my preferred looking character. Although generally, I tend to have one figure or one sort of character I always play. I love druids just because they have obviously a whole variety of attributes, from being like a tank to a healer or just a general sort of DPS. And I generally go dwarf. Don't know why. It's just something I seem to do. I like them short and stout. Yeah, and the dwarfs certainly fit that thing. So guys, if you are into sort of painting miniatures or just getting into painting miniatures, then I can't recommend using the Army Painter Speed Paints or Green Stuff World Dipping Inks, as these make the job of painting so much easier. You get some awesome results, and it's also a fast way of painting. Obviously, I'm painting all 5 of these miniatures together. So doing batch painting, again, is another way of reducing the time, getting those miniatures from being grey to, well, to painted and tabletop ready. Obviously, probably wouldn't ever win any sort of competitions with this kind of painting, but it certainly is a nice, quick and easy way of, yeah, getting them looking half decent and definitely playable. So as you can see here, yeah, painting them all together makes things a lot quicker. So got the red, any of the figures that I want to do a bit of red on, do that on each one. And the great thing about doing this as well, once, because obviously you're doing 5 miniatures here, by the time I've got round to the last one, the first one, the paint has dried. And then, yeah, you can just slap on the next color, which is great. Talking of slapping on, as you can see, I've used the Slapchop method, which is basically priming miniatures in black, dry brushing with white, and then going over with, well, say the speed paints or the dipping inks. I will say here though, guys, you might see I got so carried away painting these and absolutely loved and enjoyed painting these so much. I didn't kind of film every single stage. So my apologies there, because generally I do like to sort of film every little stage, every little colour, just so you guys can sort of follow along at home. But yeah, I kind of went into my own little wibbly wobbly world. Again, that's why I love this hobby. It is just a big escape from, well, real life sort of issues that are going on. And yeah, painting away, it just sort of takes you to, well, to enjoyment of just painting. So yeah, I kind of really forgot to do a lot of filming, which is unlike me because normally that's always on my mind, filming. But I think it's because say these miniatures, I love the detail in them. They just look absolutely amazing. And obviously painting the speed paint way, dipping inks and the rest of it makes them so easy to paint. Yeah, I just kind of got carried away with myself. But yeah, absolutely loving how these look. Again, this is where the more definition, the more detail in a miniature, this style of painting works even better. So don't be put off by any miniatures with lots of detail. Yeah, this painting method will get you there nice and simple. This silver, obviously, this isn't a dipping ink. This is this is probably the shiniest silver I have. Absolutely love it. Typically, when I do paint silver, I then go over the whole thing with a wash. But for some reason, I just love the look of these being really sort of shiny, especially this lovely lady here. I'm guessing she's rather like a paladin or a cleric. So yeah, possibly a healer, maybe a tank. I'm not too sure. Well, obviously use them however you want to use them. So yeah, so when I painted this one with the silver, because I say it doesn't really show up as well on the screen, but this silver is just so shiny and reflective, it's untrue. So yeah, for once, I didn't actually use a wash over everything. I actually left it as is, which is pretty cool. I say this little guy, yeah, it's not he's a tiefling, I think, but they're very much like, well, demons. And that's what I do. I do sort of love now that you can play all kinds of people from, well, demon looking, lizard folk. There's dragonborn as well, so you can be like a dragon. So I haven't got the new 2024 D&D box booklets yet, but there may well be even other races out there to be able to play, which is just cool. And I say, if you want to look for some awesome miniatures, then yeah, definitely go and check out the Kickstarter Dead Wars factions. As yeah, there's tons of miniatures there. And I say Velrock Art Miniatures, absolutely love their work, and I've printed off quite a lot of their stuff over the past few years, just because again, there's a whole variety of miniatures to get with some awesome definition. So obviously, some of these things have sort of normal faces, some have, well, other kind of faces. But yeah, just love how they've all come out. So guys, let me know if you are into D&D. What kind of sort of race and class do you like? I say for me, yeah, it definitely is a dwarf druid, or sometimes a mage. I do like mages, and occasionally paladins because I like obviously big, chunky in the metal, but still being able to sort of throw a spell here or there. But yeah, let me know in the comments which ones you play and what edition do you play. As I say, I'm going to be looking at playing the newest edition, but I do love the original one, which is why I'm getting the box. So as you can see, here's all the miniatures, fully painted, looking great. Say tons of definition in each and every one of these, and the fact there are so many variations on the Kickstarter page. And also, guys, if you're into sort of kit bashing, as well as obviously getting the STLs as they are, so you can obviously just print out the miniatures looking this way. You can also get them so you can change them and yet reconfigure them which is just awesome. So if you are any good at Mixer or Blender, of which I'm not, Tinkercad is about the only thing I can use. Then yeah, go into Mesh Mixer or Blender, and you can change the armor, the helmets, coats, hair, accessories, all kinds of stuff can be swapped out and around to really customize your miniature, which is just great because it means you can make things exactly how you want them to look for your specific sort of miniature. So yeah, big shout out and thank you to Velrock Art Miniatures for sponsoring the video and allowing me some early access to their awesome miniatures. And don't forget the Kickstarter is out now and can be backed for as little as $5. And there are 5 free miniatures you can download just so you can sort of, test them out. And don't forget to check out We Geek Together as well. It's a gaming store and tavern over in Provo, Utah. So obviously somewhere that I won't be able to go because it's in America. And they host daily games of D&D as well as a whole range of other ones. And Dead Wars, as they do a yearly hosted event with We Geek Together, and as I say, is the current Guinness World Record for the biggest game of D&D, which is just awesome. So I know I'll definitely be printing off loads more lovely miniatures from this range. As I say, the detail is awesome. Love their poses, their look. And yeah, so there's a whole variety of miniatures here, which I'm sure would suit, all your needs for your D&D campaign. Guys, don't forget to check out all the links down below. And if there's anything you want to see me do in the future, let me know as well. I'm loving D&D at the moment. Obviously still playing the odd bit of other games, but yeah, D&D has got my heart again. Okay, guys, like, share, subscribe, leave comments. Bye.